shaped your way.
My fault, bro. Brother, man, you just gonna have to give the laptop a break, man. You've been beating and slanging that thing, bro.
Hey, look, there's fucking caramel stuck in this shit. Look, I'm usually eating food, okay?
You need it right now, though? Like, could it hold off till
it could hold off, yeah, a bit.
I appreciate that, man.
Welcome to the EMP podcast, where hustle meets strategy. We talk about entrepreneurship, mindset, and pretty much purpose. But this is the podcast, and we have a special guest today on our show, Kenny Agbim.
we just did this, man. We just did this, man.
Kenny Agbim.
Come on, yes sir, yes sir.
He's a top producing luxury real estate advisor and an insurance professional serving the DFW area and beyond. He's known for his sharp strategy, white glove service, and his mission to help high-achieving clients build and protect generational wealth. With a background in business and computer science and years as a regional financial advisor, Kenny brings a rare blend of business acumen and people-first service. He's closed multi-million-dollar deals, helped clients save over $200K in 2025 just this year alone, and earned more than 75-star reviews for his concierge-level support. But here's what makes him stand out. Kenny isn't just about selling homes. He's about building legacies. From navigating complex credit challenges to navigating six-figure wins, his results multiply in impact. So we're just going to dive into some strategies, creating wealth through his real estate, insurance, and the mindset behind serving at a high level. So what it do, Kenny?
Man, what's up, man? Praise God. That intro always gets me, man.
Wow,
awesome.
It's mind-blowing or something?
It's just amazing to hear all the beautiful things God has done, allow me to do through my business, helping a lot of people succeed and accomplish things that some didn't think were possible, and some who were accomplishing major things, help them do it in a better way.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Now, Kenny, before becoming a luxury real estate advisor and insurance professional, what was your path like, and what pivotal moments pushed you into entrepreneurship?
So, for me, the starting point for everything was COVID. I think COVID turned a lot of things around for me. I graduated college during COVID, so that thrust me into position of having to work, because during that time, my father was overseas in Nigeria and he was stuck. He couldn't come home. So I was like, okay, I have to go out here and go get a job.
Right, and that's kind of foreign to you.
And that's, I was in college, I was playing basketball, I had bigger hopes and dreams of, doing some other things with it, but ultimately, it's not the path that was set for me. So that started my journey professionally full-time in the insurance space as a real estate advisor, right? Okay. And then from there, I hopped into a space where I was managing several different states. Eventually, I got promoted, moved to Dallas, and while I was in Dallas, my hunger for entrepreneurship grew tremendously, and ultimately I came and stumbled into real estate. But I think, to go back to your question, just what led me here, I think that period of COVID put me in a position to work, and then as I was working and moving to Dallas, that entrepreneur hunger really kicked in.
So where are you originally from then?
So I grew up in Colorado. My family's from Nigeria. I'm first generation here in the States, oldest of 3 siblings.
So you be hanging out in Africa?
Nah, hey, Africa's a vibe.
I know, that's what
you said it like it was a slight, but Africa's a vibe, man.
You said Nigeria, so
yeah.
My mentor was back in Nigeria.
Okay.
And he said it's like no weddings like African weddings.
Ah, come on, man. It's not even close.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
I'm not even going to go down that path, but anyways, though, so family back from Nigeria. You're born and raised from Colorado, though.
Yeah. So born and raised in Colorado, Aurora, Colorado. Shout out ACO.
Yeah. When did you transition over to Texas then?
So my pathway was Colorado. I went to school in Kansas City for a couple of years, and then I lived in Pittsburgh for 2 years.
So you
and
bounced
then I
around.
moved to Dallas in 2022. So I've been here for like 3 years.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
okay. And so during that pandemic time, was that a time where you could like sit down and kind of space out since the world was shut down,
Mhm.
things slowed down, and you were able to, get in the zone as far as what career path you wanted to, or whatever route you wanted to go?
Not at all, man.
Not at all?
It was hectic
Mm.
because I was still in school at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So during the pandemic, pre-pandemic, we were prepping to, go play basketball at the tournament. And
You're a true hooper.
unfortunately, that didn't happen for us
Mhm.
because we got kicked out of school. Like they sent us all home.
Right.
Like the whole
okay.
all the college campuses shut down.
From the pandemic.
Yep, from the pandemic.
Not from
Not for nothing.
behavior.
Not from that. Not that time, at least. You know what I mean? Hey, there's another time, but not that time. So they sent us all home, but I was still in school full time, while also having to figure out how to generate income in this space where majority of the world is just not the way any of us have ever seen it. So that time was very hectic. I mean, it was peaceful being home, being with my family, being able to see everybody all the time. But as far as like setting up for the next steps, it wasn't that great.
Mm. So, as far as you've blended tech, business, and finance into your career, how has your background in business and computer science shaped your way?
My fault, bro. Brother, man, you just gonna have to give the laptop a break, man. You've been beating and slanging that thing, bro.
Hey, look, there's fucking caramel stuck in this shit. Look, I'm usually eating food,
Wow.
okay?
You need it right now, though? Like, can it hold off till
It
we
could
done?
hold off, yeah, a bit.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah. He's from a different generation, so we gotta. He needs some training, But at the end of the day, so back to my question, or did you forget it, or what?
I didn't even let you finish it.
My fault. Let me go back. All right. So you blended tech, business, and finance into your career. How has your background in business and computer science shaped the way you approach real estate and wealth management?
Beautiful. So, the first thing is understanding the markets, understanding leverage. I truly believe that there's no real estate agents out there who understand the market as far as I understand it from a financial perspective.
Okay.
Understanding how different things that happen in the economy can impact housing, both in a short-term micro level as far as what's happening just in Dallas or DFW, but also seeing things from a macro level, being able to project strategies and different things that could impact them long term, because the goal isn't just to help people purchase houses, we're trying to help them build wealth.
Okay.
So taking that advisory approach and being more of a holistic advisor versus just somebody who opens and closes doors is really make a difference in my business and how my clients are able to see long-term success in what we're aiming to do.
So for the listeners who's buying their first property, what is the biggest mistake they should avoid?
I mean, it always comes down to picking the right realtor. That's probably the most important thing. Like, at the end of the day, as a consumer, your job is not to be an expert in the market. That's why you hire us, right? To have that level of expertise. But where people fall short is because there are so many different options to choose from, and everybody's cousin, brother, uncle, sister may possibly hold their license. People don't understand that holding their license, being active in real estate, and also being an expert in the game are completely different levels. And I can't tell you how I just got off the phone literally 3 hours ago with somebody who said, "Hey, Kenny, I have an agent. This is my relationship with this agent. My experience has been awful. I'm in this situation. We dug ourselves in a hole. Can you help?"
Right.
And it's like, no, like, this process is far too important to make that first decision just based off of a relationship.
So when should they contact you? Before the thought of wanting to get in the house, or just when should they contact you? Because it seems like you be getting a lot of people that's already been going down that journey, and then, oh, well, since you can't find what I'm needing or looking for or help, let me call somebody else, and then you get to it, and then it doesn't that get on your nerves a little bit?
I mean, it doesn't get on my nerves. I'm very honored. I'm
Okay.
always honored. My job is to be a good steward of everybody that God puts in front of me. It's a blessing at the end of the day.
Okay.
The part that is unfortunate is just that there's challenges that are very easily avoidable. Just by, even if it's talking to a couple different agents and interviewing, quote unquote, before making your decision.
If
Right.
if you want to work with that client.
If you want to work with that agent, and also as an agent, we do the same thing
Okay.
to decide if we want to work with that client, but
Right.
that's kind of more of a one-off conversation. So the right time to reach out is the second that seed is planted in you that you may want to pursue home ownership,
Mhm.
because the way that we structure our business is we set you on a customized game plan. I have people who call me that need homes in 30 days. I've had clients who have called me that need homes in 2 years. Regardless of what it is, I don't care if you got to work on your credit. I don't care if you're leasing a home, own a home, moving across the country, whatever it looks like. We can create a customized game plan, step by step, that's tailor-made for you,
Mhm.
done for you. All you have to do is follow the plan, and it leads to home ownership. So,
Wow.
So, you close, you have in real estate, especially luxury, I do startup. I bring startups capital, right? That's what I do. So, relationships are a big deal in both, the startup market and the luxury market. How does, how do you approach, closing those multi-million-dollar deals where everyone comes out winning?
well, it's just like any deal. It all starts from the grassroots. Why? Why? What does the buyer truly want?
Mhm.
What does the seller truly want? What do the agents truly want? What does everybody need in order to make this a win-win situation? 99.9% of the time, when you approach it that way, you can position and come up with a deal and a strategy that's going to work for all parties involved, right? Sometimes we have to be creative on the lending side. Sometimes we have to sacrifice. There may be a give and a take, but at the end of the day, the objective is to help somebody to obtain that asset, secure a home, right? So having those equal conversations is key. And I think that framework may be a lot different than how agents approach contracting on homes, because a lot of times it's like, hey, I'm going to beat this other person. I'm going to beat this person. But really, it's a symbiotic relationship. And it's mutually exclusive. Like, we have to work together in order for the objectives of both parties to be met. And the more that people understand that, the easier it is to get deals done.
So with that being said,
Nah, let's just keep going.
okay.
What happened?
Nah, we good.
We good. So with that being said, though, as far as has there ever been a time where you didn't walk out with a win-win situation with a client or anything?
I mean, yeah, every deal in real estate is different.
Mhm.
What I will say is my clients have always found a way to come out on top.
Okay.
If there's ever been a situation where it wasn't a win-win, I personally took less than what I should have, if that makes sense.
Right. Now,
But go ahead.
No. Well, I was going to lead into. I see that you saved clients over 200K as well, and stuff. So is that how you are able to, you might walk. At the end of the day, you might walk out, not, you might get less money, but even though it's benefiting them, what can turn out from that is like another referral or just a satisfied customer. Because also I'm seeing that you had over 75 5-star reviews and stuff. So obviously you're doing something different that is changing the game for the clients that you're working with, and I'm sure you have a team that you're working with as well to help you look for homes and negotiate deals and just make sure your life is easier, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've been full-time licensed in this space for about a year and a half.
Okay.
And, as you alluded to, that's 75 families that we've been able to impact in a significant way.
Now, is that just this year or?
That's since I got started.
Okay.
Right, that's since I got started.
I think that's amazing, though.
I mean,
Yeah.
if we just look at the numbers, last year I think it's either 70 or 80% of agents didn't sell a single home.
Well, yeah,
Nationwide.
I hear, yeah, and that's crazy. A lot of agents are. Oh, I got my real estate license,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm like, well, how many homes did you sell or whatever and stuff? I haven't sold. They sell maybe one home, maybe every 6 months or just one a year. I'm like, well, why would you get your license if you're not out here to help families and get them into their dream home, and help them build the legacy and stuff.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I think that's incredible about your
No, hey,
what you've accomplished so far.
I appreciate it, man. Definitely all the glory goes to God on all of that, and the numbers are the numbers. I mean, I think for me, it just comes down, again, to being a good steward. I don't do this for the money. And when I say that, I don't mean that the money isn't important, because, of course, I have to feed myself. I got things to take care of. But the purpose is I'm not going to get in the way selfishly thinking about my own personal gain. I would rather have a piece of the pie than no pie at all, if that makes sense. And I think that mindset allows me to position all of these things in such a way where at the end of the day, my clients will always be taken care of first, no matter what. And then from there, because I've been able to take great care of these people who have trusted me, they do willingly send referrals and different things, and whatever you can look at as, oh, I could have made that much, or whatever the case may be, it always come back on the back end.
So, a lot of entrepreneurs and, a lot of professionals, even myself, a lot of us face credit challenges, right? So what do most clients, it's a two-part question, what do most clients have a problem with their credit with? Especially when they're buying houses, right? What's the main problem that you see on most people's credit reports that stops people from buying a home? And then two, how do you fix it?
That's a great question. And I'm going to break that down, so stay with me for a second, because there's really two parts to that, right?
Right.
The two main reasons that people do not get their initial approval to purchase a home is because, one, their DTI, which stands for debt to income ratio, is too high, or on the flip side, their credit. And a lot of times these could be a function of both. Where the DTI levels stay is your monthly income that you earn has to be a certain percentage above how much debt you service every single month. So, for example, if I make $10,000 a month and I have $5,000 worth of debt that I service, this could be car notes, loans, credit cards, different things, right? My DTI ratio is 50%.
Right.
50% is too high. The ballpark number that you want to be at is really like mid 30s to like very low 40s. That's a ballpark. Now, different lenders are able to stretch in different ways, but ultimately that's normally the first issue that we run into.
Okay.
Now, where the credit is concerned, there's really two things that I always say. A 580 gets you in the game, but a 620 unlocks the wheelhouse, unlocks the playbook.
As far as like what, interest rates, down payments?
All the above. So as far as like down payments, of course, if your credit, no matter how high or low it is, the higher it is, the better your rates will be. But for a lot of people that are not at those levels, what I've noticed is that typically they are the ones who may need access to those certain programs that offer down payment assistance and things of that nature to help them come to the table and be able to close on houses. So I think ultimately the credit question is packed because there's so many different reasons why a credit score can be low.
Okay.
And however, we have a credit repair team. So really, we're a one-stop shop.
Okay, that's where I was getting.
Yeah,
I was about to get into that. Do you have a team that help?
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. I've helped literally. In the next 2 weeks, I'll be closing on a client who we've helped build his credit up from a 400.
Oh, wow.
And he's above 620. He's gonna get a beautiful new build home. I have plenty of stories that I could share with people who have been in similar boats. So I'm always biased. I think the team that we've put together in-house is
Best in
top
class.
tier. Yeah, top tier. I mean, it's completely white gloved. You get your home insured, get all your utilities taken care of. We got the movers your credit repair, everything that you need, your inspecting, the contractors, the roofers, everything that you need, we have it in-house.
Perfect.
You only have to pick up your phone once, and that's to call me.
Wow.
The rest is taken care of.
Man, that's off the chain, bro. That's so my next question I wanted to ask you then, so how were you able to scale
Mhm.
in this competitive market? Because like you said, you just mentioned, people that have real estate, their license, they're not even selling homes. They're not taking it serious.
Yeah.
And you're out here just crushing the game a year and a half. So how are you able to, be successful in this competitive market? And then, like the second part of the question is, where do you see yourself, in the next 3 to 5 years?
Yeah, so for me, it's just God is so kind. I was blessed enough to be able to hop into this business full time from day one, and it put me in a position where my back was in the wall. It was like, produce or get out. 80% of realtors do this part time, so you have a safety net. So when you say people they don't have that hunger, the why may not be strong enough, or the position that they're in may not be strong enough to have to produce.
Okay.
Right. So for me, that's coming into it. I had no choice. Now, from that standpoint, where you talk about scale, I will always go back to taking care of my clients, because my business is solely based off of referrals. And now that I've started to grow my brand and have a little bit more brand recognition, I'm starting to get more leads off of social media as well. But in the early stages, really probably until maybe 4 or 5 months ago, referrals were the lifeline. And it just started from one person trusting in me and having top-notch service through and through, and then being able to build from there. But my thing is, I keep showing up. I'm not shy. I'm not a secret agent. A lot of agents, you may never know. I mean, it's funny that you laugh, but there's agents who are literally scared to post or scared to pass out a business card.
I have that same problem. In the startup capital world, we have, so the main problem we have is a lot of people. We don't have BD licenses, and that costs almost $400,000 to get, and then you need a series 1 through 7, right? That takes time. To go through each series, it takes like at least 3 months each.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And then unless the company gets it, but most people, they don't want to form a company, but then they still have to take series 7, right? So that's a $400,000 expense, and everyone's like, okay, I want money doing capital deals, but they haven't taken the necessary steps to get them, right? The only way to currently work on it is to be a business consultant, where you get paid a flat fee on a pre-proposed rate, no matter how much money you raise. So like I have, 2 deals that went through. The investor pays me guaranteed $30K per million, right? Doesn't matter how much is raised. If it's $6 million, then I get $180K, right? Doesn't matter how much. It's just set rate. Per million, it's $30K. There's no percentages involved, which is legal for me. I get paid as a business consultant. On the startup side, I have to set a rate beforehand. I can't raise and ask a percentage, because then I get in trouble with the SEC. So it's the same thing. Most people aren't putting themselves out there to even get these kind of deals. Like I just closed $3.2 million on Sunday. Thank you.
Congrats.
So, and I don't know when that money's coming in, but I don't really care. It's all going towards people anyway. It helps the people eventually, but that's a discussion for a later date.
That's
but
awesome, man. Praise God. Yeah, just go back off on that point. Like, and by the way, those tests are tough, man. I at one point had my Series 65.
My goodness.
And that test, I think it took me maybe 2 or 3 times to pass. Those tests are tough, so I definitely
I tried
get
a Series 1 on like one of them, trial websites.
Yeah.
I failed 14 times before.
Yeah,
but mine, I don't have experience.
But that right there. You failed 14 times.
I still haven't passed.
How many people show up just one time and say it's not for me? How many people see
99% of
just
people.
one no and say it's not for me?
99%.
That's what makes the difference. That's when you talk about scaling, that's how we've been able to do it, because just show up every single day, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a blessing to be able to show up. It's opportunity. And even if it's not working for you in that moment, it's working on you. And the results will catch up to you.
Right. Now with the how do you keep on the social media your professionalism and authenticity?
Hey, you know, hey, what you see is what you get, man. That's just what it is. I've had to embrace it. I may not be for everybody, but my vibe attracts my tribe. You know, and
Okay.
the people who God has blessed to really support me and rock with me have been very, very supportive in everything that I've done. But the truth of the matter is, I just show up as me, and in everything that I do, I of course want to reflect and embody who I am, what I believe in, what I stand for, what my morals are, and do so in a way that also shows you, you know, my personality, some of the things that make me unique, some of the things that make me different.
Right.
And that's something that I had to learn over time. I know in my early career in corporate America, I was very timid as far as like putting on a mask for my true authentic self. Like, man, like I used to have short hair, waves before I
Those butters.
yeah, my man, hey, they was crispy. Don't get me wrong, we definitely had them. But before I started my first day at work, I cut off all my hair.
Mm-hmm.
My hair was almost as long as yours.
Wow.
And I was like, man, they're not gonna accept me. I was scared, so I cut it all off unwillingly.
Wow.
Um,
That's some time and commitment. Right
yeah,
there.
you know, and there's just so many different things that I would do and ways that I would show up. But at the end of the day, like, it's just authenticity, man. You have to be authentic in who you are, and you can't ever go wrong being you. And what's for you will always be for you.
What tools and systems do you keep in place to handle the real estate and the financial services?
When you say tools, elaborate on that. What do you mean by that?
Like what?
Systems and tools in reference to like your CRMs, and do you do any automation delegation with SAS or
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, that's what I mean.
I got you. So, first of all, just keeping up in the market. I'm always reading.
Mm-hmm.
I read a plethora of different books. I listen to a plethora of different audiobooks, podcasts, so many different things every single morning to keep my mind fresh, keep my mind sharp. And when it comes to maintaining and pouring back into my business, I am shopping, actually, about to transition CRMs. I'm looking at a couple different options that add a bit more automation, allowed me to create landing pages and different things. Like, I have a whole bunch of stuff that's actually cooking on the back end right now. I have a company that's building out a unique website for me as we speak. So plenty of things that I'm working to complete in that space as well.
I asked you about your, what does 3 to 5 years look like? So I wanted to get to understand, like, your vision. Where do you see yourself the next 3 to 5 years or 5 to 10 years in the real estate space, insurance, wealth building, just helping people out? What does that look like?
Lord willing, it's booming. It's booming, Lord willing, you know what I mean? I would say for me, I'm in a position now where I've started to take on a mentorship role with a lot of newer agents, even some seasoned agents that we've had conversations with to sit down. So I'm positioning myself to lead a team of rock star agents, grow that space.
What does that team look like? Is that 5, 10 people, up to 50 agents? Do you want to become a broker?
I mean, man, 10 years is
that's what
the sky is the limit, or 3 to 5 years, whatever. Either way, the sky is the limit.
Yeah.
I mean, if I just look at what God has allowed me to experience in the space and the time that I've been in this industry, I can only imagine what double that time looks like. And I feel like this is a space where you have the opportunity to have exponential growth, and part of being able to grow and step more into being a business owner is by being able to remove yourself in certain areas
Right.
and work more on the business. So the eventual pathway is being able to create systems that can be easily duplicated, that a new agent can come in off the streets and follow these game plan, follow these steps A, B, C, and D, do them consistently and generate results hopefully greater than what we've been able to accomplish. And I believe in the next 3 to 5 years, it's farther than my mind can even imagine a thing, man. It's just gonna be. I just know it's gonna be big, and even outside of real estate too. There's gonna be tons of things going on, man. I'm in acting school, gonna be doing a lot of things on big screens here pretty soon.
That's what's up.
Tours, like it's a lot, man. It's a lot of things that's going to be happening. So I would just say stay tuned. Stay tuned.
So for someone listening who wants to build wealth but feels overwhelmed, what's one simple action they can take this week to start?
Budget.
Budget.
Action. Easiest action is to budget.
What do you think is based off of people's salaries, I hear people, do the 50, 30, 20. What do you think is a fair budget using that method or any method? Or is it just save what you want?
When we start there, it gets too advanced for a lot of people's minds. Like, we have to break it down as far as, like, do y'all eat out at all?
I just place an order.
Okay, so you just place an order. What is today? Thursday, right?
Thursday.
Yeah.
Last week, Thursday, do you know how much you spent for breakfast?
$42.13.
Beautiful. Okay, do you know how much you spent on Monday?
None. I was not outside Monday.
Okay. JP, you know how much you spent for breakfast?
So I eat between like 11 and 8, and right now I'm budgeting on my diet pretty much in reference to like, hey, I'm down like 18 pounds right now.
Perfect.
So I just do some grocery shopping
Yeah.
and then cooking meals and stuff like that. But yeah, the bill is
Perfect. So it's in a window of thought process though, and I see that's why we're here. You guys share that mindset, but a lot of people can't answer that question. So the baseline is there's so much free spending that happens that people can't even track, and there's just money that's just getting away. So I think the first thing is just getting a grasp on where that free spending is going and being more intentional with what that looks like. Once you have that intentionality, then you can have an idea and say, hey, I have X amount of dollars that I can float around each month. Then you start to look at, okay, what are the set bills? What are the things that I could do freely? What are the things that I could do fun? And then what you brought up with those different 50, 30, 20, whatever the heck the breakdown is,
yeah,
you would just tailor that to your goals and then stick to it. I think once you have a budget and you create a plan for what you want to do, building wealth is very easy because it's systematic.
And on that thought of tracking, right? There's actually an app I use. It's called Expensify.
Mm-hmm.
You can literally submit all your reports. I literally, as soon as I make an expense, I literally just go take a screenshot of the expense or go take a picture and go put it in, and I track it at the end of the month. It gives me for me specifically, I'm lucky to have my parents pay my expenses because I'm still young and still growing. So they pay for everything, and he wants it all tracked. But that's still a good way for you to track your expenses and see how much you're spending on things you theoretically don't need. For me, it's all food, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm all out, but
that's a beautiful, and that's what technology is supposed to be for. Unfortunately, a lot of us now, we use it in ways that don't benefit us long term. I'm guilty of that, included, which is sometimes doom scrolling. But ultimately, being able to utilize different apps and programs and systems to help with something as simple as budgeting can make a huge difference in the grand scheme of things when you talk about wealth. Now, at a grander scale, some very, very simple things that people can do when you're looking at long-term wealth. I always recommend everybody get life insurance. That's your legacy.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing that we all have
We're all
guaranteed on
gonna
this
die.
earth is to die. So that's
Yeah.
it's a
No
no-brainer.
brainer.
That's your legacy. Once we've covered that, now there's other different plans that we can look into. You have traditional 401ks, IRAs, different vehicles that you can invest into to really build and create that wealth for yourself.
I think that's some great wisdom and advice. What are or with this information that you just given us, where can people find you? Where can people follow you?
Yes.
Where can people get your information? Would you want to shout that out?
Absolutely. So on all social media platforms, I say this to the camera. All social media platforms, you can find me at Kenny Does Homes, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, at Kenny Does Homes. If you want to reach out to me directly, share my number, 469-949-8827, 469-949-8827. Website and some more things are coming very, very soon, so stay tuned for that.
So what an incredible conversation that we had with Kenny. I just love how he combines his expertise in real estate and financial planning with a true passion of helping others build lasting wealth. He gave his information, and in our description on our YouTube channel, we'll have all his social media credentials in there, so you can reach out to him. We want to just give a big thanks out, Kenny, for sharing some of your wisdom, your story today. And as always, thank you for listening to the EMP podcast, where hustle meets strategy. Let's go.